Gamers, 2.3 came out a week ago, and it's already old news. Let's talk about 2.4. Let me preface this video by saying this is not based on any leaks. I have yet to look at leaks, so there's no way I could even know, so that's good. There's no leaks, and even if there are no leaks, there are things we can infer, and there are some things we already know. So, let's talk about the things we know first. There's not that much that we know, but we can talk about Shenhe is a cryo-polearm user, and Yujin is a geopolearm user, both of which will be coming out in 2.4. And that's it for what we know. There is nothing that has been officially released by MiHoYo other than that. I've checked all their posts, and maybe I missed something, but I think that's it for now. Okay, onto the fun stuff, the predictions, and what I think is going to come. So let me just lay it all on you, and then I'll go over and explain everything. So firstly, I think 2.4 will be a full leeway patch. Shenhe will be a 5-star, and Yujin will be a 4-star. They will both be on the same banner. There will also be a Zhao Ganyu double rerun banner in 2.4. There will be a free 4-star character. The Lantern Rite Festival will return, which is big because that's the first time an event will have a repeat, I believe. And then there will be a new boss or domain. So the first thing, 2.4 will be a full leeway patch. Obviously, if there's a Zhao Ganyu rerun for one banner and then a Shenhe Yujin banner for the other one, it'll be obviously fully leeway. So there goes that. And if you didn't know, Shenhe and Yujin are from leeway. It also might be Shenhe, maybe. I heard someone say Shenhe, and I don't know. I'm just going to say Shenhe, but either way, that's that. So, let me talk about why I think Shenhe will be a 5-star and why Yujin will be a 4-star. You see, my idea is that we already have a 5-star geopolearm user, Zhongli. We don't have a 5-star cryopolearm user, not yet. So, Shenhe might be it. And MiHoYo tends to stay away from this overlap of having two 5-star units that are the same element and the same weapon type. The only time we've ever had this is with Jin and Kazuha. So that's not saying it's impossible. Obviously, there's a precedent that shows that it has happened before. But I'm just thinking that most likely they're trying to stay away from that. Obviously, there is the other thing of Jin and Kazuha are different genders, so maybe that could also be like another thing that separates the characters. So there's that. But I'm just thinking that there won't be another 5-star geopolearm user for a while, if ever, actually. Now, that's not enough to say my theory is correct. I have a teeny bit more info, and it is because MiHoYo recently has said that characters will have reruns when they are relevant to the story. And as you can see right now, we have the Albedo and Eula rerun because they're relevant to the story or event. And that's why we have Albedo rerun and Eula rerun. Now, what's happening next patch? If you don't know what's happening next patch, it's the Lantern Rite Festival. If they do decide to make it return, which I assume they will, MiHoYo is a Chinese company. The Lantern Rite Festival is based off Chinese New Year. Chinese New Year also happens to be during 2.4. Chinese New Year, I believe, is February 1st of 2022, and 2.4 ends February 15th. So that would mean, in my idea, that the first banner will be a Shenhe 5-star, Yujin 4-star, and then the second half will be a double rerun of Zhao and Ganyu. That's my theory, right? Because they're both relevant to the story. Zhao's obviously relevant because he is like the dude for the Lantern Rite Festival. Don't know why Ganyu would be relevant other than she is in desperate need of a rerun. She has gone the longest without a rerun, and second to her is Zhao. So they're both really need a rerun, and it's time for them, you know. Ganyu's close to Zhao. She's like half Adeptus or whatever or something, you know. Just, you know, make her relevant to the story, right? Bam. And also Zhao like trained her or something. I don't know. But, you know, I do think they're getting their rerun. Now, if they do get their rerun at the same time, that's going to be big and bad at the same time. Because what that means is people won't have enough time to save up their Primogems for the characters, as Zhao and Ganyu are both beloved characters. So a lot of people are going to wish on them. I'm going to be. I got to get my Ganyu. I got my C1 Zhao. I got to get my C0 Ganyu, right? But you can't wish on both. And they're really beloved characters. They're also two of the top 3 characters for DPS. The other one being Hu Tao, who recently got a rerun. Ganyu is, I believe, the top for DPS. Obviously, I don't think Zhao would beat her ever. Just because her scaling is so broken. But yeah, it's going to be big for MiHoYo because people are going to have to swipe the credit card so that they can get both of their beloved characters, right? And, you know, who's not going to roll for Ganyu knowing she's the god of DPS, right? And then people who want Zhao are also going to have to roll for Zhao. So it really puts people in a big, tight spot. I also think Ganyu banner alone would be the highest earning banner for MiHoYo. With the Zhao banner added, I mean, that's a lot. It's gonna be a crazy earning time. Like, this will be, I believe this will be the biggest earnings MiHoYo or Genshin Impact will ever see. It will definitely be ever seen so far, and I might be ever see ever. Right? Okay, so here's a little recap of what I think is going to happen. Basically, January 5th to January 26th, basically the first half of 2.4, there will be a Shenhe and Yujin banner, Shenhe being the 5-star and Yujin being a 4-star on it. And then from the January 27th to February 15th, which lines up with Chinese New Year, and most likely also going to be the Lantern Rite Festival, there will be a Zhao and Ganyu rerun. Now, if my theory is correct, that means that there will be some sort of event having to do with Shenhe and Yujin for the first half of 2.4. And then for the second half of 2.4, it'll just be the Lantern Rite Festival again. And maybe, if we're lucky, we can get that May Fortune Find You thing. Remember that daily login where we got like 10 free Intertwined Fate? That would be cool. As for the free 4-star character, obviously, if you don't know, there's a free 4-star character for one patch, and then the next patch, it's a free 4-star weapon. So, right, it alternates. So right now, we have the Cinnabar Spindle. So next patch, we'll get some free 4-star character. Now, I think it could be a repeat of last year, just like the Lantern Rite Festival is a repeat of last year, where we get to choose who the free 4-star character is from Leeway. I think that event was called the Stand By Me event, right? And you get to choose. You do whatever, blah, 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 and you can choose whichever character you want to get. And bam, that would be awesome. I think that is most likely going to happen. I don't think you're going to be forced into getting one of them. I think you'll have the choice between all the 4-star Leeway characters. On to my last prediction. I think there's going to be either a new boss or new domain. I don't think there's going to be both. I think there's just going to be one or the other, right? And the reason I think this is, well, because I'm hoping MiHoYo is going to add some sort of long-term content, because obviously whatever event happens with Shenhe and Yujin and then the Lantern Rite Festival, they're gonna go away, obviously. I think, you know, we can pray for a little bit of long-term content. But here, also, let's talk about what I think it's going to be, because it can't be both, right? I said it's going to be one or the other. I think it's most likely going to be an artifact domain. And the reason for that is because let's look at the past 4 5-star characters we have gotten. Yoimiya, Raiden Shogun, Kokomi, and Arataki Ito. Now, let's look at the past 4 artifact sets we have gotten. Shimiyawa's Reminiscence for Yoimiya, Emblem of Severed Fate for Raiden Shogun, Ocean Hued Clam for Kokomi, Husk of Opulent Dreams for Arataki Ito. So, as you can see, the past 4 5-star characters and the past 4 artifact sets are made specifically for each other, right? So, what I think is going to happen is there's going to be a new artifact domain that is made specifically for the 5-star coming, which I believe is Shenhe, right? So, that's what I think. I think there's going to be a new artifact domain that has artifacts made specifically for Shenhe. Now, the problem with this is, obviously, there's going to be another artifact set that has to come with it, because every domain has 2 artifact sets, right? So, there we run into a bit of a problem, right? So, didn't think that far ahead, but there could just be a new artifact set that is for a character in the future, or works with the characters that are already existing, right? You know, it's not like the other ones, like the Shimiyawa's Reminiscence, Emblem of Severed Fate, can't work on other characters, right? Like, I run Emblem of Severed Fate on my Mona because I love big damage, and it gives her Hydro whatever damage based off her energy recharge, right? So, regardless, I think there's going to be a new artifact set domain. And if not, it's going to be a boss. And the thing about this boss is, if there is a new boss, we already know what it's going to do, right? One of the new, or both of the new characters, so Shenhe and Yujin, or just one of them, will have a ascension material that is needed from that boss. It's just that simple, right? So that boss will drop something, meaning if they are the first banner, you cannot pre-farm the boss material for them, which I think would suck. That happened to me when I was going for Zhao, the Primo G of Bishop or whatever. Oh my god, it got released the same time Zhao got released. I was so sad. But good thing I save up my Fragile Regent for things like that. Anyways. Okay, so mini recap on what I just said. Basically, I think there's going to be a new artifact domain, and the artifact domain will have an artifact set crafted specifically for the new 5-star character, which I believe is Shenhe, right? And other... Oh, wait, it just hit me while recording. Maybe there isn't a double rerun for Zhao and Ganyu, and there will be a new artifact domain set. And there'll obviously be 2 artifact sets, one crafted for Shenhe, a 5-star, and Yujin will also be a 5-star, and one will be crafted for her. So that would mean that Zhao and Ganyu wouldn't have a double rerun on the banner. I don't think that's possible. I mean, MiHoYo is just ready to like cash in on this Zhao and Ganyu double rerun. They're ready for it, so I don't think that's possible. But it could happen. Nothing's impossible, right? So that could possibly happen, but I don't think it's most likely to happen. That's really it, though. I think, to recap, the big things are Shenhe and Yujin will be on the same banner. They'll be the first banner. Shenhe will be a 5-star. Yujin will be a 4-star. And then the second banner will be a Zhao and Ganyu double rerun banner, which, hey, save those primos. Start saving those primos for that, right? There will also be some sort of event with Shenhe and Yujin in the first half of 2.4, and then the second half will obviously be the Lantern Rite Festival. We'll get a free 4-star somewhere within 2.4. There'll either be a new boss or domain, I believe. I mean, I'm hoping, praying for some long-term content from 2.4, but who knows? It could just disappear like the Golden Apple Archipelago patch. Anyways, that's it. I hope you enjoyed, and see ya.